All right, folks, welcome to Devil May Cry 5 Bloody Palace mode. Let's get started. So, I've been a big fan of character action games for as long as I can remember. Um, and yeah, the Devil May Cry series is one of like the premier series for that. If you're not familiar, it's very combat centric, third person, um, with a lot of combo centric gameplay as well. So, the way this is going to work for raising money for Save the Children is I'm going to play as Nero. He's kind of like your default player and character for DMC5. However, if we reach a $20 threshold, we will unlock Dante, and I'll switch over to playing as him in Bloody Palace. And then if we get 20 more than that, we switch over to Virgil. So, if you want to see those characters, that's what we're going to shoot for this 1 hour event.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, how old is Dante in this game? Like, he seems to be like hitting the early middle ages right now.
He definitely is. And they really play that up in the story and character, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when game series kind of age up the characters, so it's like, not only did we grow older, so did Dante.
Exactly.
But if he could still kick ass, it'd be awesome, so then so can we as the player.
Oh, I did notice a small little thing I'm going to adjust for just a sec. Um, with the footage. I think I realized something. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Garrett, do you know why it wasn't filling the full screen?
Oh, why?
Because it was cropped. Like the
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny.
That's okay
Still
though.
looks
That
good,
makes
honestly.
a lot of sense. But the reason I wanted to fix it is because I realized some of the things were cut off. That looks way better. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, friends. Expanded footage. Oh, I have to hit transition. There we go.
Boom.
Boom. All right, let's get going.
All right, I'm gonna test the game audio for you as well.
Yeah, please do. Thank you. I cannot get enough of this game's combat. It is absolutely incredible.
I'd imagine it'd be a pretty good introduction to like hack and slash people or curious
Game
about
audio
the
may be a
genre.
little bit loud, but I think it's probably fine.
Sure, just a little loud. No problem. Easy fix. Thank you, Garrett. The game definitely gets loud. It absolutely does.
I think the nice thing about Devil May Cry 5 specifically as like a game, it's important because like a lot of franchises seem to be going the Souls-like route, which is fine. It's a very valid gameplay style, but so is hack and slash gameplay, it seems like hack and slash gameplay was dying and the only one keeping it alive, keeping the torch lit was Bayonetta.
Yeah,
But
Bayonetta and DMC4, absolutely.
But
They
now
came
it
out the
seems
same
like they're
year.
making a comeback. Not a big one, but just enough of an impression on the gaming industry.
Yeah, and DMC5 was incredibly successful with general audiences too, which is really
Yeah.
cool to see.
It's
Hey
like we
Garrett,
didn't
let me know
really
if it's better, by the way.
it's like we didn't really want a reboot, we wanted Virgil and we wanted all their stories to be continued in some form, just Dante, Virgil, all the characters we've grown to really appreciate in the franchise.
Right. How's it sound,
I don't
Garrett?
want to talk crap about like the reboots or anything like that. It has its fans.
Alex, a little quiet.
Okay, game audio good though?
Game audio is fine.
Okay, let me raise Alec. Cool beans.
All right. Well, yeah, 5. That's great. It's great.
Hey,
For
good
Dante
morning,
to
Zach
be-
and Ron. See ya. Or not see ya. Hello. I don't know. Sorry, I'm so used to saying see ya to people. No, please stay.
How you
Goodbye.
guys doing? Had a long night, I take it.
So, Bloody Palace is a mode where you basically just keep going on different floors with different enemy encounters, and you see how far you can get. So I thought it would lend itself well to a really nice short event because the DMC5 campaign would be too long, for a. But Bloody Palace is good for this kind of thing, to just pure combat, and that's exactly what we're getting. No story, no nothing. And I thought I could show off some of my chops, because part of the fun of spectacle fighters or character action games is being able to actually get good at them. And that's one of the things that drew me to the genre, starting with The Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta, is that, which are still two of my favorites, is that it gives you something to actually work towards. And the reward is satisfying gameplay that's entirely driven by skill, you know? It's not that different from like a fighting game, right?
Yep. Man, just like playing the first game and then playing 5 is like, series really has come a long way.
No kidding.
You know.
All right. I mentioned it at the start, but could you remind our audience, Garrett, what the donation goals are for DMC5?
Absolutely. So if we raise $22 from our current amount, we will unlock Dante. And if we raise 40, we will unlock Virgil. He will join the battle in Bloody Palace.
All right. Well, if we want to see those characters, you know what we gotta do.
We gotta get that money.
Bury. I think Tommy wants to see Virgil bury the light. That's his awesome battle theme. Which all the characters get unique battle themes in DMC5, which is really cool. Because DMC4 did not do that.
Now, I've noticed stuff about this game. It's probably just a really, I was like, old literature 101. You know, but it's interesting how some of the characters are named after, like, historical characters, like, in, like, older fiction. Like, you know, Nero, I believe, is real. But, like, Dante, you know, the guy who wrote Dante's Inferno and, like, the trilogy of that book series, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not a book series, it's an epic poem that spanned like 3 books.
Yes, I can boost Alex audio, thank you.
But I'm not sure where Virgil comes from, necessarily. Was that an author or a historical figure?
Virgil's kind of complicated, but I think it one of the lenses is definitely virtue.
Okay.
Because DMC definitely deals with angels and demons, as does Bayonetta more, but that Bayonetta does a little more. That's a little more in the forefront, I would say, in those games. But yeah. Woo. So far, things start a little dry, but because I want the enemy encounters to get a little harder. But we're speeding through. We're doing good. What's up, Garrett?
It's kind of like a boss rush.
I think Virgil wrote the A-Need.
Oh.
Oh.
I see.
Okay.
Thank you,
By the
Garrett.
way, we're technically on deck. I don't know if you want to fix that or not.
Oh my gosh. Did I seriously mess that up?
Yep.
Well, probably not at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
My bad.
If anyone comes in, we'll kick them out.
It's okay. I think they know
Everyone
what's
else
going
just
on.
joins live chat.
My bad. I take responsibility for that. Alright, I'm trying to do a certain combo on this guy. There we go. And then zoop, and that'll cancel his attack. Enemy step. And we're going to activate. I love this combat so much. DMC5 has some of the best combat in any character action game I've ever played. It's up there with the Bayonetta trilogy. Definitely up there with DMC4. You know, I think it's actually even more polished than DMC4's, even though some things are a little different.
I keep hearing DMC3 is like the peak of the series. Where do you stand on that?
Well, I think at the time, DMC3 was like an incredible game. Definitely the best character action of the 6th generation, period. So that is high praise. I do think 4 and 5 have overtaken it in some ways, but I think 3 also has one of the best campaigns in the series.
Right. I remember
It's
4 was
got
like kind of seen as good, but not as good as 3. But I believe the impressions have changed. Like, did 4 ever get like a PC port?
yeah, that's very fair.
From my understanding, it was like locked in 30 FPS, but I'm not sure if that's still the case with all the versions that have come out since then.
All right, we do actually have to hop over. Tommy reminded me of something important, so let's hop over. And I'll raise the call a bit to accommodate the chat's wishes. All right, so still haven't gotten any donations, correct, Garrett?
Oh, no, we have not.
Mm.
Tommy did say that I am a little quiet as
Yep, I
well.
fixed it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just looking for some lovely donations because I would sure love to play as Dante and show off some moves with Dante. And by the way, Garrett, could you tell our audience what are we raising money for?
Absolutely. We are raising money for Save the Children, a wonderful charity, a wonderful international charity that provides support for youths around the world in regions with ongoing wars and conflicts like Yemen, Ukraine, and Gaza. Save the Charity works to provide aid and relief, and in North America, they focus more on providing assistance to vulnerable populations facing poverty or systemic injustice. They work to support communities financially and provide educational resources to enable long-term sustainability and
Bam.
success. So it's a great organization. 100% of donations go to the charity directly, and highly recommend donating either via the link below or yeah, via the link below because Tommy hasn't pinned a comment this time for once.
Yeah, when we switch hosts, we usually have to repost it, which is okay. Thank you so much, Garrett. I really appreciate that.
Look at you fighting dinosaurs.
I think they're more kind of like lizards, but I get what you mean. They kind of have like that very like, they kind of have like a stegosaurus kind of like quality to them.
Right.
You know, it's kind of interesting. They're some of my favorite enemies to fight in this game.
Okay, I just noticed the upside down rib cage.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's very strange.
It's almost like this game is strange or something.
Yeah, that's true.
One could say. Yeah. Oh, did the
Oh,
tweet did the
no,
tweet
take
go out,
out
Alec? By the way,
demons and the world ending. It's no big deal.
Alec,
That's just another Tuesday.
did the tweet go out?
Oh yeah, it's been out for
Sweet.
a while.
One thing I wanted to say also. Yes, I love that combo. One thing that DMC really did to revolutionize this subgenre is the style meter. So on the right side, you'll see letters ascending from D all the way up to triple S. And that determines how good your playing is. By using a variety of different moves and stylish combos, you can actually raise it. But if you take damage or if you keep using the same move over and over, then it'll drop. And they've innovated it slightly over the years. But even back in DMC1, that was basically there. So, yeah. Some people even argue that that was the single most revolutionary thing about Devil May Cry 1. Was literally just the style meter. And I honestly think that's fair. It's literally that important because it completely changes the way that casual and hardcore players play, you know?
Right.
I'm using a variety of Nero's abilities. He can tether people towards him, kind of like a grapple. He also has different Devil Breaker arms. So in the bottom right, you're seeing me use these different things, which all have different abilities. So sometimes I factor those in. And then in the top left, you can see I can rev his sword, Red Queen, which is very cool. And you can even time the trigger during certain combos to get extra fire. It's crazy how many systems are going on. And I would consider him simpler than Dante by far. So it's pretty cool. Now, this guy can be pretty annoying. But I've got some good strategies for him. Ha ha ha! Bam! It's pretty good. So yeah, if you'd like to see me test out Dante, all we need is $22 more for or more for Save the Children. Please consider donating. We're going to be playing for another half an hour, so we've got just enough time to see some of Dante and Virgil possibly as well.
We do.
Wouldn't that be cool?
So,
Tommy, I'm sorry, Nero, but if you want it, you'll have to take it. I really want to do a good Virgil voice, but I can't.
such a weird line. Like,
It's a good line.
was the alternative that he was just going to give it to you? Like, I don't know. If you want it, I'll have to give it to you. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I find that interesting too, Zach. Now, I haven't actually played the Ninja Gaiden titles in the genre, but as you can imagine, that's high on my list. Also, I just did a strat called enemy step shooting, where I just pretty much mash both together, and it resets my my gun input, which is pretty helpful. But doesn't do a lot of damage, and it can diminish your combo if you rely on it too much, so...
That's good. They thought of everything.
Oh my god, they do think of everything with DMC5, I swear. Every single mechanic in this game.
Designs. Holy crap.
Yeah, and this is actually a creature from Devil May Cry 1 that they brought back and kind of modernized, which is really cool.
You can really tell that this was like originally going to be like a Resident Evil game. They're like, hey,
Yeah,
we don't want to waste good creature designs, do we?
exactly.
Okay, so we have 2 body horror franchises now.
Thank goodness.
I would add Bayonetta to that list as well. Things get pretty trippy in those games too.
Well, I'm speaking more
she
in
has,
terms
like,
of
really long
Capcom,
hair.
but yeah.
Like the way you mess up the angels is pretty you know, not for the faint of heart. Yeah, Wonderful 101, I guess in like a robotic sense with the enemies, like the Geth Jerk.
Not
The
about
way
that.
it's like
I'm thinking more about Cito Rochi's head in half 3 times.
Oh, how could I forget? You're right. You're right. That was such a great moment. Good old Wonderful 101. Still one of my faves.
I still need to play it. I know. I supported the Kickstarter. I got the limited edition one with a keychain involved. I'm so deep into the Wonderful 101 revival. Only one problem. I still haven't played it, even though I literally have 2 copies on hand. Oh,
I do find that so funny. I love that.
I have the Wii U game as well.
Yeah, you have 3 copies of the game, just like me. I think that's so funny, Alec. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Backlogs are a serious business, but you know, if you're supporting a Kickstarter, you would think that I'd have top priority in making that, you know, finish that game and get out of my backlog. But that's just how unfocused I am sometimes.
I understand.
But I am glad that I played a small part in like bringing the franchise back at least.
Yeah. All right, folks. This is the first boss in the game. So bosses do appear as part of Bloody Palace once you reach a certain floor. I'm on stage 20 right now. Sometimes they call them floors.
Regular enemies?
Yeah, those are regular enemies.
Oh my.
This is the first boss in the game campaign. It's slightly modified, but it's basically the same thing. So I'm using a technique called enemy step where I can jump on the enemies with the right timing, and I could just stay in the air forever if I'm good enough. And it makes it hard for them to hit me.
You know, I kind of like it when like DLC like modifies an old boss you fought. Like Bloodborne has this thing called the Cleric Beast, which is usually everyone's first boss. So they make it super hard in like the DLC chapters. It's like I always thought that was cool.
Got to back up for that one. There we go. Yeah, so if you like my playing and you want to see Dante, we just have to donate at least $22, right, Garrett?
Absolutely. Only $20,
All right.
and then we will get access to Dante, and then 40 for Virgil.
That's right. Let's see it happen, guys. I want to play this one.
Buy the DLC for Evan.
Evan's DLC, yes, of course. tripping. Clearly.
All right, you got an S rank. Good job.
I'm actually not playing nearly as well as I usually do, but that's because I'm rusty, so it's okay.
Hey,
I have done all the bosses with all triple S's, but it's alright.
God, you sound like the kid who got like an A minus on a report card. It's like, well, thanks, mom. I
Sorry.
don't really do as good as I usually do in science class, but yeah, that's nice. It's like, bro, you got an A minus.
That does sound like that.
Yeah, Garrett has known me for a long
Yeah.
time.
I mean, you know, I'm the same way. So.
Yeah, right. Well, we can empathize with each other.
Exactly.
Yes. No.
I don't usually get A's. I'm not stupid or anything like that. I usually get like coast along fine with like a B minus to sometimes an occasional rare A minus, but you know, it's one time I did get like an A to an A plus was like when I started taking psychology courses. Like,
Oh, nice.
I didn't even like study or read the book. I just looked up the terms and was like, hey, that makes sense. I want to watch videos on it.
Found a way to engage with material that interested you, and that's the key, really. You know.
Yeah, I wish I stuck with it, but you know, life happens.
Oof. Oh, man, he's
It's
going
not too late to go
crazy
back,
on me.
you know? Just because I'm almost 30 doesn't mean I can't redefine the course of my life.
There we go.
People give up just because they haven't reached a certain point in their lives in their early 20s. Those are the saddest people I know, you know?
Shall we dance? I love the taunts in this game.
They are really good.
Also, if you do an air taunt with Nero, he rides on his sword like it's a skateboard. Look. Woo!
That's
Yes,
sick.
I love Nero's
Ooh, kickflip.
robot arm. That's
And
so
if you
cool.
taunt in front of an enemy, you get more style points. It's awesome. And you can also enrage enemies in some cases, but then you get higher risk, higher reward. It's awesome. All right, we're moving on to the next stage, but if you want us to play as Dante, we just need $20.
I'm a little dry right now, but
Oh, you're fine. You've done so much, Alec. Thank you.
I unfortunately, I would, but I don't actually have the ability to know that I need to send money to my partner, so they're busy right now.
We'll just need the chat. Also, feel free to spread this around. Know anybody who likes Devil May Cry?
Or know anyone who hates Devil May Cry, or specifically this character.
Fair enough, I guess.
I hate this guy. I want Dante.
I want Dante instead. Ah. No, we love Nero. But I just like variety.
Tommy. And Tommy left a comment. He's like, seriously, Alec is so right. There's so much out there for you to learn if you motivate yourself. It's very easy for me to lose motivation. Like, I was taking Latin on Duolingo, and I haven't touched the Bird app in like 30 days. I need to get back onto that.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, Nero's your favorite in TF5? Awesome, Aiden. That's great. Also, we haven't. There is
a robot arm and a killer theme.
There is one character that I have been neglecting, although not on purpose, and that is V. V is actually a really, really cool addition. The reason I didn't factor him into the donation, though, is just because his gameplay is very different. And I kind of wanted this to be like a core DMC experience, especially since this is our first ever Devil May Cry event. But I do really like V, but unfortunately we won't see him today. That's all. Maybe in the future, though. Oof. Sorry, I'll take Buster.
Devil May Cry 5 is like the ultimate reward for being a Devil May Cry fan. All of your favorite characters are here.
Yeah, seriously. Bam! Double Buster! That was great. Also, Aiden and friends in chat, if you'd like to see me play as Dante, all you have to do is donate $20 to Save the Children using the link right below the stream.
Let's get some Nero hate going. So
No, that's not how I want to do this. You're funny. You are a funny man, Mr. Bond.
Thank you.
Bam!
I like his robot arm. That's badass.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Oh, it seems like nowadays everybody's just like, hey, we want to do something interesting with our character. Let's take off their arm. Well, they did with a Link, freaking Link.
True.
You know, I really want to see a character who just doesn't have an arm and like no prosthetic or anything. Like just has an arm,
Yeah.
or maybe a third arm. Maybe we
I've
can
seen
find
a
the guy who's
couple
been
characters
stealing all the
like
arms
that.
from the characters.
I don't know if have you seen Dead End Paranormal Park on like Netflix, but there's like the guy in charge of the bowling alley, just like he only has like one arm and no one draws attention to it. It's just an aspect of him you can see, but to them it's just that's just the character, It's just least interesting thing about them. That's cool. Casual representation of
Yeah,
people.
that is
with
cool.
disabilities is paramount.
Oh. Oh.
Although I do like badass prosthetics, but still, it's cool to see a character without them and still, just come out strong. I think Doctor Strange was like the first movie was pretty much like showcasing that. Like they had like a guy who was missing a hand who was still able to make magic happen.
Any donations, Garrett?
I'm checking.
Just wondering. Well, 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 look who it is. So Punchline is one of my favorites because it's basically a rocket arm, kind of like an MGS5, and you just send it out and it just berates the enemy and does like
Hey, we got
small
a
damage.
donation.
Whoa! Oh, thank
I didn't
you
mean
so
to
much.
I got way too into the hype.
Thank you, Avatar Aiden. I really appreciate that. That's $20. That's very generous.
Which is, I believe, enough to make you switch over to Dante now, isn't it?
And I'll do it right away. You got it.
Give up.
I think I technically set it to $2 more, but that was a mistake. 20 is what I intended, so
Yeah.
that works for me.
And
Aiden's
we
a
have
really
a
good
message along
dude.
with Aiden, along with that donation, which is what they just put in chat. Let's rock, baby. I don't know what Dante says.
Love it. No, that's great. That's great. All right, Aiden, this is for you. Thank you.
Yeah, Aiden's a really good dude. One of my closest friends I've made in recent years. Just he has really good taste in video games.
So, Dante, where to start with Dante in this game? Well, not only does he have several weapons, a couple inspired by previous games, a couple brand new ones, he also has his styles from DMC3 and 4. Which, the styles, there's Trickster, which is kind of like a dodge/teleport kind of move. There's Swordmaster, which basically gives you extra attacks for whatever your weapon is, especially in the air. Then there's Gunslinger, which upgrades your gun abilities. And then there's Royal Guard, which is not only a counter, but can also be a parry with something called the Royal Release. It's like incredibly hard to do, but it's very satisfying. And yes, you can change all these on the fly with the D-pad. So the combos possibilities are probably in like the millions or whatever. I don't know. Sorry. Forgive me as I take a second to switch out of Nero mode, but yeah, I love Dante in this game. And I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah,
A little
it's
bit
great to see
later.
the old man back in action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad that they made the other characters just as fun, if not more fun, to play as, because I always find that to be the case with games with multiple characters. It's like, okay, what's the catch? Who's fun to play as, and who's annoying?
Love the annoying ones.
Well,
single game I
Capcom
play.
just is usually the exception to that rule. It's like in Mega Man, Base is fun to play as, so is Proto Man,
Absolutely.
and they know how to
Sure.
well, so that one is not necessarily overpowered.
Yeah. I am curious. What was your go-to weapon in Wonderful 101?
Oh, I really didn't have one because, the game really benefits from synergy between all of them.
It does for sure, but like if there was like one that you're just pulling out to clear out a small group of enemies,
Good
or
question.
like just
Okay.
just in general.
Um, in that case, for small group of entities, enemies, I think a Unite Sword is really
Yeah,
great
yeah.
for clearing out small enemies. Yeah,
That's what I think most people did.
I think
But I
so.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's just you draw the line, you're good to go. I
Yeah! There's a royal release, by the way.
I always did whip personally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just preferred the spin attack on whip. It just felt a little better. The range
I
is a
was gonna
little
say the
longer.
Wonder Cyclone on the whip is a very good like area
It's
covering
really
move.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime I see people playing the Wonderful 101, I usually see them either do that or the Wonder Sword
Hmm.
for small enemies. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I
If
mean,
you
I'm
just
gonna
want to
pull out
annihilate
Mirror.
them, though, use Wonder Hammer or Wonder Hand or Wonder Punch. So
I rarely use the punch. Honestly, I feel like it's not the weakest. I think gun is the worst. But
Gun is probably the most situational of the main
yeah, yeah.
abilities. I actually use Wonder Red a lot.
That's
Especially in the
totally
middle of
fair.
combos because he has incredible damage output despite being the first one you get,
He does.
and he's
I
not bad
always
at
use
juggling with the Wonder Rising. It's not a bad juggle move, honestly.
no. It's really good. But for damage, I'm always using either hammer or claws, depending.
Mmm.
And then sometimes, often I also just like throwing down huge bombs and throwing a hit.
Aiden says Wonder Sword as well for small
Yeah,
enemies. Yeah,
yeah.
I get that. I mean, it's just easy to clear things out right around you.
Really solid.
Oh, I still gotta play Hi-Fi Rush, man.
Hmm.
I still
Boom.
need to play that too. It's like Aiden is really hyping that up. It's one of his favorite games, and it's just like it looks like a lot of fun. That's also part of like the whole hack and slash comeback. Hi-Fi Rush,
Absolutely.
one of the most acclaimed games of last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really love its graphical style.
Also, watch me ride this motorcycle. I love you can ride it and separate it into weapons. It's so cool.
So,
Yeah.
do you think Dante didn't get added to Smash Bros. Because he'd be too similar to Wario?
Obviously. Duh. I still hope he'll get in someday. I think he'd be an awesome addition. Especially if Bayonetta's going to be there. Bayonetta and Dante, it's like two sides of the same coin. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Can you show me his big clap move?
His big what move?
His big clap that he does? He does a big clap up. Like Wario.
Oh, no, he doesn't. But he can throw a rose on an enemy and kill them with that. That comes from DMC4. I love that.
Does it do like a lot of damage?
It does one single point of damage.
Thank goodness. I would be disappointed if it didn't.
It's like the best finisher It's my favorite finisher in the entirety of DMC5. I'll try and do it so you guys can see. Might be hard with these enemies though, but we'll see.
Does it like give you benefits in the main story for using it at all, or no?
It just is the same thing. You know,
I think
the gameplay is universal in DMC5.
a challenge run of DMC5 where you have to kill with the rose.
With the rose on every enemy. That
Yeah.
I hope
Not
somebody's
rose
done
only,
that.
Not rose only, but you have to kill with the rose.
Yeah. Rose only sounds like hell. Might not even be possible. But
How much damage do like your regular attacks do? I seem like it's
I
probably
don't
hundreds.
I don't really know off the top of my head, but probably in like the tens or hundreds.
Okay, yeah.
Hard to say. I haven't really studied this game like at that level, but a lot of people have, which is cool. Now, I'm having trouble closing the gap, so let's use Trickster. Stop moving. Fine. All right, I'll try the rose next time.
So
Any donations?
let's see. I think chat's enjoyed Dante.
Good.
Yeah.
Me too.
So what I'm seeing is that like a pretty standard damage on a hit, like a low hit, is probably in the 10 to 20 range.
Okay.
25, 30,
All right. I guess
50,
that makes sense.
somewhere around there. So the rose does not do much.
Ah, if only I didn't get hit there. These guys are aggressive. You know what? Maybe it's time to Royal Guard. Oh, better be careful.
Yeah. And also from what I'm seeing, most of the bosses, I assume these are the bosses.
Nope, these are just enemies.
No, not those. Sorry. What about? I'm looking at a spreadsheet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Empuza, Green Empuza are those
Yeah.
bosses?
Yeah, Empuza is a boss. Yep.
So those are the lowest health ones, and they only have 350 on the highest difficulty, admittedly. But you know, so
Okay.
finishing that with a rose is going to be a work of math.
Wow, this event went by quickly.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Do I prefer Bayonetta or DMC? Oh, it's hard to say. DMC has more games, but I think in terms of the ones I would actively revisit would be like 5, 4, and 3. I think I might still be a little partial to the Bayonetta trilogy, but I love DMC, so it's hard to say. It really is.
Do you like the second one?
Yeah, I like all 3 of the Bayonetta games.
Okay.
Oh, DMC 2?
Yeah.
I have, I'm struggling.
It's okay if you like it.
No, I don't really like it. I try to appreciate what it was trying to do, but no, I think the game is an absolute disaster. So I'm nice to it, but no, it's not a good game.
Gotcha.
I feel bad for the developers mainly.
Were they forced to like release it early?
Yeah, it's a whole story. It's quite rushed.
I guess I'll have to watch like what was it, the Matt McMuscles video? He's the one who always does like the what happened.
Oh yeah, he probably has a video on it. I wouldn't be surprised because it's pretty infamous, right? All right, I'm gonna try and do the rose this time, Garrett.
I believe in you.
Sometimes I kill the enemy so fast I don't get the chance.
That seems like a big issue with the rose.
Yeah, it's really more of an Easter egg than anything.
Oh, for sure.
You are right.
Okay.
Not only did he upload one, it's got 500,000 views.
No, dang it. Yeah.
Really good content creator.
I'm gonna show something called the Sin Devil Trigger. Check this out. Ha 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 ha.
I think a cool donation incentive would be to sing Devil Trigger.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm definitely gonna get do the rose. Woo! Bam. Whoa, not quite. Yeah, it's really tricky sometimes setting that up. That's okay.
I really love that. Like, I guess you're using your motorcycle wheels and just kind of giving them like a road rash.
Pretty much.
I love that one.
Yeah. That's a famous one for good reason. Rose time. Oh, wait. Almost. I'm just gonna kill it with the rose. Have another. Have another. Have another one. Oh, well. That's funny. Alright, looks like we got about 5 more minutes. Let's see how far we can go. Remember, there's still time for Virgil. If you donate $20 to save the children. I can do a couple floors of Virgil. There we go. All right. I see you running away.
What is that little guy? He's like a little cutie.
I wouldn't call him that, but
I would.
if you insist. This should end it. Oh boy, this is the perfect stopping point. Let's kill this boss with Dante. Oops. I went a little too far in a few places. Here we go. I did know that, actually, yes. Nice try, buddy. But enemy step is my friend.
I do love the enemy design in this game. It's like none of them are really like super iconic.
Mm-hmm.
None of the regular enemies are super iconic, right? But that's kind of fine because you're chewing through like millions and billions of them,
Oof. Yeah.
and it really makes it feel like I don't know. It keeps the focus on the character as opposed to.
Oh, that's wonderful. Shush 212 said, can't stay because I have to work. Just want to thank Baby Yaga, Ben's friend, for letting me know about this so I could donate. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Garrett, do you want to remind everybody what we're raising money here for?
Absolutely. We are raising money. Well, hold on. Sorry, I have one thing to do before I do that.
Garrett?
Yep. So we are raising money for Save the Children, an international charity organization working to provide support for youths around the world. They provide aid and
Whoa.
relief in regions with ongoing wars such as Yemen, Ukraine, and Gaza. And in North America, their work is more focused on providing assistance to vulnerable populations facing poverty or systemic injustice. They work to support communities financially and with educational resources to enable long-term sustainability and success. Um, let's also just quickly
Acknowledge.
thank some rando in honor of Baba Yaga 9269 for all your assistance and friendship. Thank you for donating $100.
Seriously, thank you so much. Just because of that, that means we unlocked Virgil, and I'm gonna spend literally our last couple minutes just demonstrating his power because you guys earned it. So thank you so much for that donation. I'm actually really glad I died to that boss.
I'm gonna check with the on deck folks real quick.
Okay, just tell them it'll be 2 minutes.
I just want to say we passed the first total for like the first event we did in 2022.
That's right. Man,
Yeah.
that is fantastic. I'm so thrilled, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah,
This is
doing
going to a
great.
really good place.
Day 3 is no slouch.
Aiden says, "Foolishness, Dante." Glad I get to show off a little bit of Virgil. His concentration abilities. Wow, that was so generous.
Yeah. They're having they're setting up still and are totally fine if we go a little bit over.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. If they're listening, thank you guys.
Yeah.
How much money are you trying to reach this year, Aiden? Well, we do have a bit of a goal, a soft goal, you could say. Last year, we raised $3,300 approximately. So our goal is to simply see if we can beat $3,300 again by the end of this 5-day marathon. And even if you go to the Streamlabs page, which is linked right below the stream, you'll even see that that's the goal that's listed there. So you can see track our progress with us too, which is really awesome. We wanted to be transparent about that.
Yeah.
Glad we can hear a little bit of Bury the Light for Tommy.
Thank goodness.
I am
the
the
Light is
storm
like one
that
of my
is
favorite
approaching. What's up, Alec?
I'm sorry, you were singing.
No,
but
go
it's
ahead.
Yeah, Bury the Light is an incredible character theme. Like one of my favorites in any video game, in all honesty.
It really is outstanding. It's definitely my favorite in this game, and that's saying something.
And it goes great with like any other badass character in any media. It's like sometimes I watch videos where they just put that theme for like characters like Darth Vader or like just Star Wars in general. I'm like, this is awesome.
Thank you, Baba Yaga. Yeah. More of a Devil Trigger person. Hey, I love that theme too.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bam!
DMC5 just has a great soundtrack all around.
Seriously.
Like, I often clown on the Sonic Adventure games for just, and just Sonic in general, for just like pandering to like the rock sensibilities of the modern day for the game it came out in. But like, the Devil May Cry games, they just do it, except they do it right, you know?
I get what you mean. Absolutely. No game will compare to Thomas the Tank Engine. Well, obviously, I mean, duh.
I didn't know there was even a game.
Must be a few. Rapid slash. Oh, that felt so good. Oh my gosh, he's so powerful. I really enjoyed my full Virgil playthrough I did earlier this year. So much fun. Too slow. Die. There we go. Glad I could show off some Virgil chops.
Oh, you won't get a triple S.
And I'm gonna end on that awesome note with that zoom in and triple S rank. All right, folks.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Show me your motivation.
Thank you guys so much for joining me for Devil May Cry 5 Bloody Palace.
I just saw you just waving your sword around. That's a great note to end off.
Thank you, I try. All right, we'll be right back with another amazing event, so don't go anywhere. We have a Hollow Knight multiplayer randomizer. That's right, Hollow Knight multiplayer randomizer. They'll tell you all about it. We'll be back after a brief transition. Thank you to Garrett and Alec for being with me. And
No problem.
yeah, and we'll be back soon. Stick around.